Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Kadena. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, El Chapo was kind enough to request this in the comment section down below. So shout out to you, El Chapo. Thank you for the comment. Please analyze Kadena for long and short term. That's exactly what we're going to do here in this video. So if you're excited, then leave a like and let's get straight into it. So jumping into the weekly chart for Kadena, now straight off the bat, you can see that I have a Fibonacci retracement. We're going to take a look at that in just a second. I just want to see how far down or how hard did we drop after our all-time high. So we're down 96%, and this is typically a good starting point to, if you want a dollar cost average or start building a portfolio with this token, and then you can start doing that because typically 95 to 99%, that's the sort of pullback you have in a bear market for most of the altcoins. Now for the Fibonacci retracement that I have, I basically took the August high and the June low, and that's exactly what we're going to do here. I'm just going to do it so you can see what or how I do it. And as you can see, our 1.618 target here is just below 93 cents. So this is something that I'm going to be targeting in case we see the inflation data come in higher November 10th. And we see a further pullback in crypto. This is where Kadena could potentially land, okay? And you obviously have the capitulation target down below as the second fib level at 73.5 cents. I would say 74 cents just to rough it up a bit. And we are quite far away from the 20 EMA, so a relief rally of some sorts would be necessary here because we're kind of going, this is a very, very steep drop for Kadena from March into June. But, if you have been buying at $7 to $8, right now is your time to dollar cost average as the price is sitting at $1.12. And in the next couple of days, like I said, we may see a further pullback all the way down to 74, 75 cents, which is going to be another 35 hefty percent of a pullback. So if that happens, I would say that is probably, as low as you're going to get in this bear market unless Bitcoin drops to $12,000. In that case, altcoins are going to get decimated and it's going to be a free for all essentially. Whatever you can pick up, just pick it up because that's what people were doing back in 2020 in March during the COVID drop. If you bought Bitcoin at 3,500, good for you. If you got Bitcoin at 3,900, good for you. If you got Bitcoin at $4,000, good for you, because any price in that sort of, steep, nasty capitulation, any price is a good entry because you're very oversold immediately. And whatever you buy, you're going to be in profit relatively soon. And if you're holding for the long term, that's even better. And taking a look at the previous low that we have here on the chart for the weekly, we have the July 2021 bottom, and as you can see, you're pretty high up from there, from that bottom. So the fact that we are printing a higher low here is very positive. Obviously, if we started coming back down like this and the bear market, just got nastier and nastier and we started losing this low and we went to 12 cents and we lost this low, this is going to be very negative for Kadena. And personally, I don't follow Kadena. I don't know anything about the project. I don't follow the latest updates. So always do your own research before investing money, especially into projects that may have, a market cap below $100 million, which is considered a low cap gem, but not all of them are gems. I'll tell you that. And a very important resistance level for us right now is $1.47. Which is right here, the yellow trend line. As you can see, this is the bottom that we retested in June. We retested that at the end of June as well. And in July, we started pumping from there into August. We had a pullback and we lost that support. We even had a wick towards that as resistance twice in October. And right now, like I said, we are on our way to the 1.414 and the 1.618 here at 93 cents. Actually, at 93 cents is the level for the 1.618. And yeah, the weekly RSI is very near the oversold level here. We are sitting at the index of 33. So this is a good entry point Like I said, if you have been buying up here, this is where you want a dollar cost average in. And this is regarding the weekly chart. For a relief rally, I would be targeting the 20 EMA here for a nice bounce, because we haven't seen a bounce off of the 20 EMA since March, or since April, I should say. And typically in a downtrend, the 20 EMA plays as a major resistance level. So anytime you see a relief rally, you run into that and then you get sent back down. In August, we failed to retrace to the 20 EMA and get rejected from that. We actually stopped here at $2.45. And potentially, if we see a relief rally in November, that's where we can get cut off, and that's the level that can actually reject us back to the downside. So I would be on the lookout for that if you're looking for a cheeky little swing trade. And if you're looking for a midterm trade, or you're looking to get out of Kadena, the 20 EMA on the weekly is definitely something you should be keeping an eye on. Now let's switch over to the daily chart. And before we continue the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon. Now, if you like the channel and you like the content that I provide for you on this channel, then feel free to check my Patreon out for more exclusive content like low cap gem calls, my buy alerts, my sell alerts. I do take a look at your technical analysis requests, at your video requests. As you can see, there are multiple tiers which you can choose from, and if you want to support the channel, then this is the best way to do so. As you can see, I do post quite frequently. I have almost 1,000 posts, I think, there, or getting closer to 1,000 anyway, and I did start my Patreon a year ago. So yeah, let's get back to the video. So taking a look at the daily, now regarding the 20 EMA, what I just said, you can see it more clear here because we have multiple retests of resistance off of the 20 EMA. As you can see, we're constantly bouncing off of it as resistance. And then we ran into the 55 EMA and then we got pulled back down here, obviously. So there is a huge gap. Well, not a huge gap, but there was a huge gap in between the EMAs here. And that just was screaming that you're potentially going to see a nice little recovery here. And that's what we had into the beginning of November. But still, you're printing a lower high, which is the continuation of a downtrend. So unless something happens, unless we get some bullish news, there is no incentive for Kadena's price to return right now, as Bitcoin is dumping. And if it continues to do so, like I said, you have your targets to the downside. Anything below $1, really, I think that's a steal for Kadena in terms of the price action. Next resistance level based on the daily chart that I see here is going to be over here, and let me get the price tag for you. So that's going to be $1.25. That's going to be a major resistance level we held for quite a while here in October. We just lost it, and potentially with a relief rally, we may come back up to it and retest that as resistance and drop back down to the 1.272 at $1.14 as support. That is also a potential play here. And also here you can see how we ran into the 55 EMA and got rejected from that all the way down. And something to pay attention to as well is the golden ratio of this Fibonacci retracement. So you can see the golden ratio of the 0.618 is sitting at $1.69, and we got rejected from that level twice. So we did that in August, in September, and actually 2 times in September. And this is a dead cat bounce. So essentially what this is when you print a high and you start retracing down, and then you start coming back up and you run into the golden ratio, that is a dead cat bounce scenario, because this is the level with the most resistance out of every single fib level. And if you can't break through that, that gives you a very, very good idea of what the price is going to be doing in the future, because usually once you have a rejection from there, and especially 2 rejections, you typically see continuation to the downside, a retracement all the way to the swing low at least. In our case, we actually lost the swing low and we're on our way down to the 1.618 currently. So you can see that you do have this nasty downtrend here, and at some point you're going to have to break out, and that will happen. That day will come. You just need to be patient, obviously, and you need to be dollar cost averaging. You need to be researching. You need to be learning during the bear market so that you can make, or you can maximize your profits during the bull market. Okay, now let's say our bottom was, or the bottom of the bear market for Kadena was at 93 cents here. Let's say that is the case, and let's drop a couple of fib retracements to see what our sort of targets are to the downside. So for example, from the all-time high to the low that we printed in July of 2021, okay, you can see that the 786 Fibonacci retracement here is something that we actually have not retested yet after we broke out here in September of 2021. So 81 cents is a major support level for us, because as you can see here, you do have a trading range in this area, and you broke out from there. You haven't had the backtest of support. So in case of a capitulation, we may wick all the way down to 81 cents. Keep that in mind. Obviously, the golden ratio is here as well. And funny enough, it's actually on the exact same level as the one that we have on the smaller fib. So $1.72. That is the golden ratio. And as you can see, this is a very important level because we have retested this area so many times here as support. So no wonder it is turned into a very strong resistance zone. So this is regarding the potential major support level based on this large Fibonacci retracement. And obviously you have your swing low here at 31 cents, which is the bottom here in July of 2021. So you have that. Perfect. Now, what I want to do as well is let's assume that our low is going to be at 93 cents. And let's see what our potential targets to the upside could be. So I'm going to get a Fibonacci retracement. We're going to take the 93 cents low, and we're going to take the high that we printed here at $28. Now the 1.618 level here would be at $234. Now that doesn't mean that we're going to get there in the next bull market. This simply means that this is your technical target. Now, there are a lot of factors that play into the price action of a coin. You have the circulating supply, you have the hype behind the project, you have the team's development, the actual utility behind the token. So if Kadena has all of that and it doesn't have a inflationary supply where you constantly get tokens dumped into the circulation, then there is a very good possibility that we may go, to $100 here. But if that's not the case, I would actually look at $71 as your conservative target for Kadena, because I always like to stay conservative here on the channel. I don't want to give you these moonshots and tell you that everything's going to go to $1,000. That's not the case. Some projects are going to fail. Some are going to be successful. Some are going to do 2x in a bull market. Some are going to do a 10x. So you have to come into the crypto markets with those kind of expectations if you want to succeed. And yeah, so this is assuming our low is going to be at 93 cents, okay? And I do think we're going to go to 93 cents at least with the way Bitcoin is behaving. I do think we're going to see moves to the downside, but you can only get the concrete Fibonacci levels once we are sure we have the bear market bottom set, right? Right now, we don't know what the bear market is going to be like, right? We don't know where that's going to happen. And I think we're only going to know after we start breaking this August high. So after we print our bottom and start retracing and we start breaking this high, right? That's when I think we're going to be pretty certain that we have printed our bottom. And that's when we're going to be able to lay the Fibonacci retracement and see what our future targets and future resistance levels are. So that's how the Fibonacci works. For now, I can't really, say what the targets are to the upside. I would say at least retracement to the previous all-time high could be possible if the project is successful, if the marketing is done right, and if nothing terrible comes out regarding the team members, then you should be fine. So yeah, that is my opinion for Kadena's chart right now. It looks kind of bearish. Well, not kind of, it looks bearish as most of the projects do right now because of the capitulation that we had. But this is a great opportunity for us to make money. Let's do that together. Let's try to help each other and stay healthy. So thank you all for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.